Hello, friends, and once again, welcome to Conscious Relating. I am Wolf,
I am dear.
and we are a couple doing our best to live the most conscious life together as we can. And we also created this channel for you to share what we learn and what we explore in the process that hopefully can be helpful for you, whether you're in a relationship or not. And today, we're going to explore a movie that we just saw last night that's called Perfect Days with a character, Japanese Hirayama in his 50s, 60s. And this movie was really a portrait of a man that lived a conscious life and in many ways, in the ways he related to others and to himself, and how he made like every day like a golden day, like a perfect day, in the most simplistic way. Yeah, maybe you want to start sharing a little bit.
Yes, thank you. Yes, what really draw my most attention just now. I was sitting with myself, and is the fact that this guy is alone. He's not in any relationship, and he lives alone. He does his work alone, but still he lives the most amazing life. Like he's very content with every little thing. Like just by doing, like for example, yeah, just doing his cleaning job, and then like eating a sandwich in the park and looking up to the sky and all these trees and taking picture, and after work and taking a shower in the public shower place, and like many different things that is so simple and so ordinary, but just, and the camera just capture all his smiles, and it's just incredible. It's like that is for me, it's like seeing a man to really love life so fully, that it's a very strong love that he's really projecting out to the world. And that's why I can really see that as it's very much a key, like whether or not you're in a relationship, or like for example this man is in no relationship regarding like romantic ones. Still, he's very content, and this is what we are striving for, so to speak. That whether we have each other or not, we still can live our life, and we still can be content with everything, and we still can relate to it, other people, maybe not in the romantic way, not in a sexual way, but just by maybe talking to a kid that was lost and trapped himself in the toilet, or just like kind of observing the lovely interaction between the boy and his colleague who was playing around with the years. And yeah, so it's like so many different things that we can actually find joy in. And that is also for me that I have this realization today that we all have the needs to socialize and to connect with others, but we also have the need to be alone, because it's a need. It really is. Being alone is a need. And sometimes from different people, I would say for me is I'm an introvert, and I can also see that the movie, this person is also quite introvert, and the way introverts to recharge is to be in our own energy and not to interact with the others. So yeah, it definitely resonates with what I experienced today, this morning, because I felt like yeah, sometimes all we need is just to be alone and enjoy the simple little things, and kind of coming back to our energy and what we actually want to experience more out of the setting of being with the others, for example being with Wolf. So yeah, so I guess this sharing about the movie is very relevant to how I'm experienced life recently, so definitely want to give voice to that. So how about you?
Yeah, and I say, uh, that conscious relating like always starts with like our own self. Can we be conscious with ourselves first? And like this guy in the movie, he's really like making the most of his existence and bringing it to like the highest contentment. So he's not having like this coolest job where he like goes to this kind of bank or investor and have a lot of money with cool cars. He drives around Tokyo and cleaning toilets, which is maybe like the least cool job on the scale in many people's eyes. But he still does it with grace, and he enjoys doing it, and he kind of makes his day as beautiful in the way he likes it, like what he loves to do, like taking photos and listen to music, reading books at night, going taking a bath after work, and then going to a restaurant. And so here I kind of find this minimalistic day-to-day living with things that he enjoyed doing. And in that sense, he had a lot of contentment in his life, even though it can look like, oh, cleaning toilets, living by himself, like at this age, you know, and
Yeah, and it's all in the mind, is this kind of judgment and perception. So I guess the difference is this man is really living by his heart. That's why we can be so content just by ordinary things, because we don't take things for granted. We do appreciate, the beauty of the flowers. It doesn't, come. It's like, of course, it kind of exists in our daily life, but then are we allowing ourselves to slow down and just to be with the beauty and be with the wind, be with the trees and everything in between? So yeah, I definitely love how the simplicity of also filming this film, and the simplistic life that this man is living. And also want to address the fact that even though he's alone, it doesn't mean he's like, this kind of weird, like grumpy, but he's really living the truth of love, and he's being very kind and generous. So I remember there's this time his niece came and all of a sudden and stayed with him, and he just make room for her to stay in her like sleeping and living room, and he was squeezed in this kind of storage room. So, and then in the early morning he need to get up and get ready for work, and he was being super like, slow and not trying to wake up her niece. So it was just so considerate and so loving, and yeah. And this is kind of like the kind of awareness that we have, is to be feeling the field, not just us, but in the whole field. There's you, there's the neighbor, so we are constantly aware of this awareness, and we show up differently when we have this awareness, not just us, like we have this more like a self, and also we are like, at the same time, we are not selfish, but we are at the same time, we're not selfless, because the self is also included.
yeah, it's somehow and the way he relates to, like you said about the niece, his niece, and took her in and was very, also he had a very, I'd say, strong sense of what was righteous in every moment. Like he could always navigate if he felt a boundary needed to be set. Like say that his colleague wanted to sell his cassette tapes because they would give a lot of money, but he said no because it didn't feel right to him. And he, instead of selling cassette tapes, he gave some money to his colleague to help him out.
Yeah.
So it's like showing this like this way of interacting with others, but definitely a conscious way. And yes, I strongly recommend you to see this movie if you haven't yet, and maybe you can get some inspiration for you in different ways. And of course, you're so welcome to write in the comments if you have any insights from this movie, if you already seen it, or any questions regarding it. But yeah, like one other aspect is about how he gracefully he done everything. Like his home was not filled with a lot of stuff.
No clutter.
It was very minimalistic. Yeah, he had his flowers and had his bed.
So meticulously water every one of them in the morning.
So and he likes books and his music, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And he hardly.
It's almost like his spiritual practice, you know. Like first, take his slow and recharge his energy.
Yeah, and didn't cook that much at home. He kind of rather went out, like started with a canned coffee.
In the vending machine just down there by.
Yeah, and a sandwich in the park for lunch, and the evening he went out usually. So it's somehow I can see how the modern life that we are, it's so easy to become into so much stuff. And we talked about this before, but it kind of pulls us in this direction. Like we have to kind of stay put a little bit and not to follow every invitation or every thought that comes in ahead about getting stuff or going to places, or because it kind of will get us stressed.
Yeah, even relating is very minimal.
Yeah.
It's like you don't just hang out with everyone, because then you're pulled in all directions. Like, who do you want to hang out with? Who do you want to spend time with to nourish yourself? It's also important. Also be aware. Maybe sometimes some people are draining for some reasons.
Yeah.
And just be aware of that and what makes you feel good, and like what fulfill you. Just by I feel like this movie definitely an invitation to look at ourselves, ask ourselves what can I give to myself first, because oftentimes when we outsource from the outside and want to fulfill our needs, but usually coming from this place. For example, just I was sharing before that this morning I really don't feel like super like at peace with myself, because I felt like my need of being alone is not met, and it has nothing to do with anyone, but for me I need to be aware of this need first, and then state my boundaries that I need to be alone. So that's why later today, after this video, we would do our own things, and after that I will be away for a few hours apart, because you will need to do something outside, and this is how important it is to actually just check in with ourselves first. Or when we notice, okay, we are kind of blaming the outside, why you not did that, or this and that. Sometimes it can be relevant if but still check in with yourself, like, what do I need? Okay, maybe I really need someone to talk to. Maybe it doesn't have to be your significant partner. It can be a friend that you trust, or maybe a sharing group, or like some sort of communities. So that's my invitation for you, and it's my invitation for myself, for you, everyone.
To really feel what's happening inside, and maybe stop a bit, meditate, pray, like feeling okay, what's happening inside, and let's just say maybe a little more alone time to recharge in your own presence. It can be, and I'm happy you express it too. So it's like
so I guess we have really share a lot about our own experience also regarding the takeaways regarding to this movie, and we strongly recommend you to take a looking, and maybe the trailer we might be link it down at the end of this video. So anything to add, Wolf?
It's gonna be a perfect day here.
And
the sun is and hopefully your guys having a perfect day as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
wherever you are.
and feel free to like and subscribe for upcoming videos or checking out our other what we already posted. And that's it for today.
Until then,
Yeah.
see you next
Bye
time.
bye.